Good morning.
I'm going to read 1 through 12 in James. This is chapter 3. If it's a little different, I'm sorry. This is NIV. I'm going to get it in CEV. Taming the tongue. Not many of you should presume to be teachers, my brothers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. We all stumble in many ways. If anyone is never at fault in what he says, he is a perfect man, able to keep his whole body in check. When we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal. Or take ships as an example. Although they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder, wherever the pilot wants to go. Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boasts. Consider what a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. The tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole person, sets the whole course of his life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell. All kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and creatures of the sea are being tamed and have been tamed by man, but no man can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil, full of deadly poison. With the tongue, we praise our Lord and Father, and with it we curse men who have been made in God's likeness. Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers, this should not be. Can both fresh water and salt water flow from the same spring? My brothers, can a fig tree bear olives, or a grapevine bear figs? Neither can a salt spring produce fresh water. Amen.
Oh, do I think James was on target. Think of your life and things that have been said either to you or things you've said. Boy, you can't take them back, can you? They're really serious. That tongue has so much power. And yeah, it does need to be tamed, because if it isn't, there's going to be trouble for a lot of people. I know I've shared with you before the reason I think that Jesus was crucified. I want you to picture the day that he arrived in Jerusalem with all of his disciples and people that followed him, and they gave him this big parade. He was really popular, wasn't he? And then he went to the temple and got very, very upset with the people that were selling animals for sacrifice. And what happened is that not only did he condemn them and tell them that this is a den of thieves, which it really was. They were cheating people, charging them more than what the animals are really worth, but actually cheating them. And then he got really upset and threw the tables over. Is that him?
Not yet.
Not yet. I am worried now. chicken.
Maybe they had none made and they had to make it. He might have had to wait.
They probably had to go to the farm and catch the chicken. Okay. Back to the taming of the tongue. Wait a minute, is that Amy?
Kasama ka?
Who's that?
Amy and I.
Amy and Marilyn.
All right. I need you, Kelly. I need you. Right now, okay? Kelly, go.
Happy birthday, Ne.
And many more.
And many more days to come.
How long does it take to get chicken? All right, now I said, I don't care what time it is, I can be right in the middle of my message. As soon as you come in the door, we're going to play Happy Birthday and totally embarrass you. Happy birthday. Back to Jesus and the turning of the tables. All right, can you imagine? You have a really good thing going. You're cheating people, you're charging them twice the price for the animals for sacrifice. And this guy is messing up your enterprise. So what do? You start a rumor campaign that isn't even true. That's how you do it. Now remember, Jesus is very popular, right? He has lots of friends. People have been healed by him. They think he's wonderful. So how do you make people think that somebody isn't so wonderful? You start spreading very negative rumors about them. You know what? He's claiming that he's king of the Jews. The Romans are going to get really upset, and we're going to get in a lot of trouble. So what are we going to do? Something has to be done. And so I can just see, hey, Miriam, guess what I heard? He is claiming that he's the king of the Jews. Oh no, we're going to get in big trouble. And then it goes on and on and on. And people believe it, don't they? What is it about humans that want to believe negative things about each other? I don't know what it is. Does it make you feel better when you hear all this ugly stuff about other people? But somehow people believed it, and they thought, oh, if we don't get rid of him, we're going to get in trouble. And so, of course, the call, crucify him, is what rang out among the crowds. But we have many modern-day examples, too, of rumor campaigns. I can almost guarantee you that if you hear something that's really, really horrific, and I don't mean scandalous, like somebody is flirting with somebody or somebody's doing something they shouldn't do, but I mean something that's really horrible. And you know this person, particularly if it's a public person, I can guarantee you it's not true. There may be little truths in it, but it's not true. It's a way of destroying somebody's reputation. I can think of many examples here in the United States of people in political power. And some of the nicest, most genuine, loving, compassionate people have totally disappeared from the scene because of an ugly rumor campaign. Those of you who are parents, think about it. When was it when your child said, "I hate you"? Anybody ever hear that before? It hurts, doesn't it? And I mean, you know that the child is really angry, and this is what comes out. But you really can't take that back. I mean, many years of love and care and all that thing, which it's kind of hard to forget that, isn't it? That first time they tell you that they hate you. Maybe you get into an argument with someone, and You say to them something really harsh. Maybe you insult their character, or the way they look, or what they do, or how they're conducting themselves. And rather than thinking about what you may have done that could be improved, you lash out at them. And you may beg forgiveness. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I hurt you. But you really can't take it back, can you? You can beg forgiveness and just hope that they're a forgiving person. But you really can't ever take it back. That tongue does have power. It is mightier than the sword. It really is. I was thinking of a time when I was teaching where a new teacher had shown up at the school, really enthusiastic, full of good ideas, and really a very good teacher for someone who was brand new. And one of the older teachers was really, really jealous of this man's energy and started this vicious rumor campaign that he was living this wild life on the outside, which really wasn't true. But people believed him. And he almost lost his job. Because when one person started it, then another person said it to somebody, and then another person said it, and it was all over the whole school. And this poor fellow, who was really a good teacher, almost lost his job because of a vicious rumor campaign of a jealous colleague. I find that really sad. I think James really was onto something, wasn't he? He's trying to warn us. He wants us to put the brain in gear before the mouth opens up. And sometimes when we're angry and anxious and things, stuff comes out that really shouldn't. We really wish that we didn't say that. But there it is, out. So what are we going to do? The only thing we can do is change our behavior. Begging for forgiveness, that's one thing. But change behavior is so much more powerful than just saying a bunch of words. You show in your behavior that you really care for the person, that you're thinking about their needs, that you know that whatever is best for them, you will try to do. And hopefully, you will be forgiven. In Ecclesiastes, we're told there's a time and there's a place for everything. And sometimes the time is not right, is it? The context is not right for what we say. And so we have to think about where we are. There are certain things we do in church that we wouldn't do at a bowling alley, right? And vice versa, right? And church to me is a place where we worship God. We are in right relationship with each other. And we try to build each and every person up and really cherish them. We would not want to do anything that would hurt them or insult them or make them feel uncomfortable. When we're with our very best friends, that's another context. And maybe we will act differently. But here, in this holy place, let us truly cherish each other and worship our awesome God.
Amen.
Amen.